What's up guys, Alex here, GuitarForce.com. So today we're going to take a look at part 1 of Lenny by Stevie Ray Vaughan. And this was requested and supported by Gary, so huge thanks goes out to him for the support. And like I mentioned, this is going to be just part 1 of the lesson. The entire full lesson is available at GuitarForce.com. The link is in the description box down below. And with the download you'll be getting the full lesson, video lesson, the full playthrough of the song, all necessary tabs in PDF format, and also a backing track. And also I will post a link to the sort of cover playthrough of the entire song, which is going to be on my other channel. The link is also going to be in the description box down below. And one more thing I would like to mention, I'm currently working on a Stevie Ray Vaughan style of playing course, which is going to be out really soon. And it's kind of similar to Jimi Hendrix's style of playing course that I did a while back, which is called Get Experienced. So stay tuned, keep checking back to the channel and also on the side when it's released. And I'm going to make a video announcing when the course is out, so you can check it out. And just wanted to mention that. And now back to the lesson. We're going to be in half step down tuning on all the strings. For the sound I was using the same thing, the VST plugin Guitar Rig. I'm going to show you the picture of the preset right now. And while you are checking out the picture of the preset, I'm going to play you my low E, which is E flat, so you can tune up and play along with this lesson. Alright, so now let's go for the close-up and start the lesson. Alright, so we're going to break up this lesson into parts. We're going to start off with the intro, and it goes like this. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here. Let's break down the chords in the beginning. So we have the first chord, E major 13. Now you can play this chord a couple of ways. The first way is a little bit uncomfortable, but you can still use it. So it's just like the standard major 7 chord, the shape that we use on the 5th string root note. And all you do is just add with the pinky the high E string on the same fret, on the 9th fret in this instance. Like that. Now this, like I said, it's a little bit uncomfortable to use this shape, and you can use another shape which is looking like that. So just instead of playing the 5th interval, you play the 3rd. And I actually have seen Stevie Ray Vaughan uses this shape during some of the live performances, so I guess it's easier to play it like that, you know, instead of using this shape. Anyway, so for this shape, all you do is you move your the first finger on the 6th fret right here, on the 4th string. Then you play these 3 strings just like in the first shape. So, and then you can play the root note, which is here on the 7th fret, or you can play without it. You know, it's not necessarily. Because the bass player afterwards, you know, he's going to play the low E, so that gives the root of the note. And like I mentioned, Stevie Ray Vaughan sometimes he wasn't using the root notes as well, so you can play just this chord, these 4 strings. Anyway, so that's the second variation that you can use for this chord. Now we're going to be using a lot of tremolo by using the tremolo arm in this song. So anytime when you play the chords, we use the tremolo arm, or the bar, the whammy bar here. So that's the first chord. Then we go to the second chord, which is the E6. So it looks like that. So we have the 12th fret and low E, the root note. Then we have the 6th interval here on the 11th fret on the D string. Then we have the major third, which is on the 13th fret, sorry. And we have also the 5th, which is on the 12th fret on the B string. So that's the shape for the E6 chord. Now the rest of the chords I'm not going to go into too much details because it's just basically using the same shape. So just in the beginning, so you know the chords, what are they, and the shapes. I'm going to explain in detail here, and then for the rest we're just going to use the same shapes. So that's the E6, again using the tremolo arm. I'm also not going to be mentioning every time that you use the tremolo arm. You know, it's just you can hear it during the song using all the time. And then the last part that we have is, so low E string open, let it ring out, and then hit the harmonics on the 12th fret of the first and second strings. Again, adding some vibrato. Okay, so these are the chords in the beginning. Okay, then we have the first lick, which is... Alright, so before we start breaking down the licks, just want to mention that most of the time the licks are based on the relative major pentatonic, which is the E major pentatonic. So, or the relative minor would be the C sharp minor. So we're going to be using a lot of this shape. Right, so E major or C sharp minor. C sharp minor first pattern, first shape of the C sharp minor pentatonic, and also part of the 5th. Okay, so that's the C sharp minor or the E major, like I said before. Okay, so the lick itself goes like this. We slide into the C sharp note here on the 9th fret of the low E string. Then we go to the E note, 7th fret, on the A string. Then we continue sliding on the A string to the 11th fret. Then we go to 9 on D. Then we have, so here, a quick hammer-on pull-off, 9 frets to the 11th, back to 9 on the G string. And by the way, if you catch some other strings which are on this fret, on the 9th fret, it's totally fine, you know. So you can play as a single note or just like a double stop. Right? It's all good when you use these double stops. So the first hammer-on pull-off on the G string, 9, 11, 9. And again, like I said, you can play with the B string and then hammer on from 9 to 11 on the D string. Again, if you catch the G here, it's totally fine. So all together, this lick slowly. And then we finish it off with the low string open. Okay, so this is also very detailed explanation of the lick. Later on, when we get into playing next licks, I'm not going to be explaining it note for note and fret by fret. You know, it's all based on that shape. I'm just going to tell you the little nuances and differences where the lick is changing. Okay, but the essence, that's the essence of the lick. Alright, so after that lick we go into sort of main kind of theme of the song, where we're going to be playing between the E major 13 chord and the A6 chord. Okay, so the A6 is the same shape as we did with the E here, so exactly the same shape, but we move it down to the 5th fret, like that. And between these two chords, we're going to be playing some licks. So the next part is going to go like this. Alright, so we're going to stop right here. Let's break down the first few licks that we have, the first few parts. So after we've played the low E string open, we then play the chord, the E major 13. And then we have that part, so also repetitive. The lick itself starts off with the high E string 7th fret. Then we have a grace note on the B string 7 to 9, adding some vibrato, and then we have, so back to the 7th fret on the B string, then 9 on G, and then we go to the A6. But first of all, we break down the chord, sort of playing the bass note first, then hitting it again, and then the rest of the chord. Like that. So again, one more time, the first part. After that we have, so after we've played the chord, the A6, then we have just open strings, picking them up with an upstroke. It's just sort of using it as an effect. And then we go right into the lick. So the lick itself, again, the beginning is pretty much the same as in the first one. So up until this moment is everything the same. Then we have, so here, again, quick hammer-on pull-off here. It could be also as a grace note. You know, so hammering on from 9 to 11 on the G string, and then pulling off to the 9th fret, and then we have two grace notes here, so meaning quick hammer-ons from 9 to 11, and catching that G string to ring out as well, like that. So all together, slowly. Back again to the low E string open. Again, hitting the low E, then the chord with the vibrato. Then we have, again, the same thing, repeating. When we get to the A6, so again, everything repeats itself up to the lick. So the lick has slight variation in ending. So after the open strings, we have again the slide, then hammer-on pull-off here on the G string, 9, 11, 9. Then we go to the D string on the 11th fret, and then we have just a quick hammer-on 9 to 11 on the A string, and then playing the 9th fret on the D. So all together, slowly, it's going to be like this. Okay, one more time. Then we continue again with the low E string open, the chord, E major 13, the lick. Now, A6 here, the same way. The next lick that we have, so here slightly different. So after when we play the A6, then open strings, and then we play. So here we're sliding from the 7 to 9 on the A string, and then we play 7 on low E. I'm sorry, it's yeah, so we're sliding on the A string from 7 to 9, a kind of quick slide, and then we play 7 on low E, 7 on the A string, and then we're sliding to the 11th frets from the 9th. So we have, and then we go 9 to 11 on the D string, then we have quick hammer on 9 to 11 to 9 on the G, 11 on the D string. So all together, slowly it's going to be like this. Okay, after the hammer on pull off here on the G string, going to the D, like I said, 11, and then we continue with the low E string open, but then we quickly go to the high E and the B strings on the 12th fret, catching that double stop on the 12th fret, and then going back to the low E again, and back to the chord. Okay, so this part is a little bit tricky, takes a little bit of time to practice, but that's the way how it goes. So one more time, from the lick, slowly it's going to be like this. And then we continue. So everything is the same. The lick after the E major 13 is the same. Then we go to the A6. And from here onwards, we go into the next part, which we're going to break it down in a minute. So let me play through from the beginning these 3 different licks, different parts of the E major 13 and the A6 chords, slowly, so you can see and hear what's going on. So it goes like this. Alright guys, so that was it for this part. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to continue learning the entire song, check out the link in the description box down below. Comment, share, subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to visit GuitarForce.com for more guitar lessons and updates. Till next time, I'll see you again. Take it easy, and as always, let the force be with you.